Hey guys, Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another Black Clover manga chapter review for you guys. As we get an interesting chapter here, not only do we get introduced to some other members, I think three of them of the Ryuzu 7, we get a discussion between Ichika and Asta. We find out a little bit of how much respect Ichika has for Ryu. At the same time, we end the chapter off with a cliffhanger, cutting to a flashback of Yami. We find out that Ichika, she actually despises Yami because he pretty much wiped out their entire clan. So very interesting. But let's get into this week's chapter before I do any more speculation or something like that. But like I said, the chapter starts off meeting about around three members of the Ryuzu 7. So Ichika's one of them. The other three, one is called Jozu Hangatsuji. He his design looks like he's wearing the one type if you watch or read the manga One Piece, if you remember, if you remember, what is it? And maybe I'll put it up in the video when I edit this video, what the mask looks like. But if you watch One Piece, or seen One Piece, if you remember the character, if you know the character of Yamato, Yamato wore a mask before Yamato showed off who she or what she looked like. And it was the mask looks pretty much similar, but it has like a scar on it. Again, you're seeing it. It's probably like right here in the right hand, in the well, I guess my left, but whatever. Anyways, that's the thing. The next guy is Daizemon Uuka. He just is a big fat guy. His face honestly reminds me of Nolan the Liar from One Piece again. And then we have a girl. I'm guessing maybe some people will start simping because hey, whatever. She looks cool. Her name is Komari Imari. So yeah. Now the chapter is titled Hazy, and they're pretty much using they're using Zeton against Asta, and Asta's just getting it absolutely blown back with utter ease, pretty much, and everything. So pretty much the thing is, they're all intrigued to him, the fact that he's a foreigner and that Ryu was the one he was talking about. They pretty much welcome him there. We have it to where what's her face, Komari, she looks at Asta's hair and she's like, whoa, your hair's like that? It's that interesting of a color and everything. And she's wondering, like, does everybody in your country have that type of hair? And pretty much Asta's like, no, there's a bunch of other people that have different hair colors. Like there's silver hair, there's there's people with black hair, there's people with orange hair, greenish hair and everything. And pretty much we find out that Komari, she dyes her hair. So yeah. Now the one mask guy goes on to say, Imari, what is with those bizarre gaudy clothes and cosmetics? You were a ninja, albeit not much of one of practical stealth. So that's why she kind of looks like she's wearing kind of a skimpy outfit. She's a ninja, but even the mask guy is like making a whole thing. And sorry, I'm calling the mask guy. What is it? What's his name? Joe. I'm just gonna call him Jozu. Yeah, Jozo. He makes the mention of that. Now, Komari is like, stop worrying about that and everything. It's embarrassing, and you're gonna give the boy a wrong idea about what what type of character we have. So, yeah. Anyways, Komari goes on to say, come on, this country needs more energy bad. I'm gonna pep the whole place right up, so help me out and everything. So she's kind of like a fashion sense person and everything. So yeah. Anyways, Ryu just comes in. He's like, hey, thank you for coming by and helping Asta out with his training. I know you're very busy people and everything. So they all freaking show him respect. They're like, you're, Ryu and everything. And they pretty much ask Asta, hey, are you still up for some more training? And obviously Asta is like, yep, I am. So some time passes. Asta continues to still have struggles with him. And he's even like, they just keep beating the ever living shit out of me. Now he goes and say, those people, none of them use magic, or nor I guess it's Yojutsu here. And even so, they were super tough. Zedin is awesome. After sparring with the four of them, I've learned that there are different types of Zetin, are different ways to do it. Everybody has their own style. When using Zetin, some people split their Yoko over two strikes at 50% each, while others use five strikes at 20% each. So it's definitely it how what I might say, I don't know. I feel like there's a power like type structure similar to this, but it seems like in certain cases, based on where what body type structure, it seems like, you know, with kicks, you only really need to get two kicks in to do some heavy damage, while I guess the kicking maybe does heavy damage, while punching wise you get more strikes in, and that's kind of thing. But the thing is, everybody has their own style of using Zetin, and I'm guessing Asta has to find his own unique way to use Zetin as well. Now he goes on to say, I have to practice nailing my opponent's openings, as well as I forgot to mention, yeah, he has to work on looking for openings in his opponent's defenses. Otherwise, he's never going to really win and everything. Now he goes and say, I also have to develop the control to use that imperfectly, and he's just wondering how tough this is. Now he's just looking up in the air. He's like, I wonder what everybody's doing in the Clover Kingdom. Now when I read the unofficial translations, I legitimately thought we were going to go back and shift back to things in the Clover Kingdom for once. I'm like, okay, we're going to go back to the Clover Kingdom, see what's going on there, what's the urgency, how the Black Bull is doing, yada yada yada. So yeah, now the one interesting point that Asta does make is there's always clouds in this country, so yeah. Anyways, Ichika shows up, and pretty much she goes on to look at him down and everything. That's when they have their discussion. We find out that Ichika is pretty much 24. We find out Asta's 18, but we find out that Ichika's 24, and we know that Yami is a lot older. So yeah, and pretty much Ichika's like, were you trying to think that I look like a kid? And obviously, you know, Asta's like, no, you look good for your age and everything. So yeah, so that's when they have this whole discussion. Pretty much Issa's like, yeah, Lord Ryu told me I have to look after you, and Asta's wondering where he's at, and Ichika's like, look, Ryu may not look like he is a busy man, but in all honesty, he's a busy man because he's working to stabilize the government of the land of the sun. He's assisted by his Ten Gensu, which is the eye patch, and pretty much we find out his abilities. He can see everything in his right eye. He can see everything in his right eye that is happening at any given moment. So in a way, it's kind of like, I guess, like I said, some way where it's like some sort of, he can look into the future, he can look into the past, yada yada yada. It's like some sort of like type of foreshadowing type of element with him. I was just wondering what Ten Gensu is, and everything, and pretty much Ichika tells him, since he has no Yoriyoko, he used his Tengetsu, his rare wisdom, and his popularity to unite the warring fragmented land of the sun. Could a fool of an outsider like you understand how amazing that is? No, you could not. He truly is magnificent. So we have this moment where Ichika just absolutely just is fangirling over Ryu. So that's kind of thing, and it's funny because you get this panel at the bottom of the page. She's like, yeah, sorry for that. Sorry for freaking out like that. And she's like, in the meantime, he says, and he's the one telling me to train you. I can't stand you out of respect for Lord Ryu. I'll do it. So pretty much Asta's like, wait, you can trust this guy, huh? I see. And pretty much Ichika, she does. She says, like, I do. It's not just a shogun, but he's also he's also the person that saved me, the benefactor that saved me. And pretty much, I was just like, oh, really? That's so cool. You know, he sounds a lot like, you know, Captain Yami. You know, it's cool that not only Yami's sister and his friend are getting along, and you both have great ki like he does. he goes on to make the mention how, Yami was the first one to acknowledge him and gave him an opportunity for his dream. And, the fact that Yami, in a way, is his benefactor because Yami's been his help being, has been somebody important in Asta's life. He goes and say, your big brother is the Black Bulls captain, and we're all proud of him. He's way rough and violent and bossy, but then all of a sudden, Ichika's like, stop there for a minute. And she pretty much goes on to tell him, like, I told you to not ever bring up his name again. And everything. And I was just like, but he's your brother. Why would you not want to be knowing about him? Why are you not curious about him? He goes and say, I'm pretty sure he said he got shipwrecked while he was out fishing and drifted out to the Clover Kingdom. I mean, pretty much Ichika's like, he probably told you some just random stupid story. He goes, shocking twist of the chapter is Ichika does not think highly of her brother. If anything, she thinks of him as garbage, trash. She says, like, he is the scum of the earth, and I don't want to hear about him. And we find out, and I was just like, wait, you're his sister. Why are you saying things? And Ichika goes on to say, he massacred our entire clan. And the chapter ends off, and we have a flashback of a kid Ichika and about a teenage Yami, looking like Yami who shipwrecked in the Clover Kingdom in the flashback when him and Julius first met. He goes, and it's kind of the whole thing of just turning back. He's like, hey Ichika, stay close. So that's where the chapter ends off. From what the unofficials say, there is a break for Black Clover. So it's very interesting. So we're gonna get a flashback of Yami, and it seemingly enough is gonna be a very damn dark one. So we found out he massacred his entire clan, and that's the reason why she does not like him. Why Ichika does not like Yami, which it's interesting. What did he do? Like, there could be many reasons why he, I guess, massacred the clan. Is this the type of thing where he did it just to do it? We don't know. Well, I wouldn't say that, but there has to be some third party in this case why he did it. Maybe he was doing it for a right reason, but on the outsider's perspective, it looks like he's doing it for a wrong reason. People look at him like, what the hell? So does that mean he's also kind of like an outcast to the land of the sun, to this land here? And the fact that, and maybe this is what happened. Maybe what Yami did caused so much uprising, so much chaos in this country, that when Ryu became the shogun, he had to set everything back to what it once was and calm everything down, because we have it in this chapter where Ichika makes a mention that, Lord Ryu has worked hard enough to get his country stabilized and back under control. So maybe whatever Yami did had some sort of impact on the country. Yeah, I don't know, man. That plot twist was actually very insane. I just have a feeling that there must be some sort of third party that Ichika probably does not know about, that makes Yami do what he did, unless Yami did something just to freaking do it. But apparently he massacred his own clan, so maybe that's the reason why. And after that, maybe they just say, and after the incident was over with, they probably told him, hey, you need to get out of here. So maybe he was forced, maybe he was exiled by his own country, for what Yami must have done. He must have been exiled for that. So that's how he more than likely ended up in the Clover Kingdom. And yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see what this backstory is. Very interesting. Definitely intrigued. It sucks that we have a break, because I really want to find out what did Yami do. Yeah, but anyways, solid Black Clover chapter. Definitely intrigued to see where this Yami backstory goes. Because it's always cool to learn more about Yami, and that was kind of the one thing about Yami we as a fan base did not know. Like, what is his past? How did he come to the Clover Kingdom? What was his past before that of the Clover Kingdom? We're all getting the answers now. So yeah, Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. If you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's manga chapter of Black Clover, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Black Clover content or any other anime content that I upload to the channel. Till then, guys, catch you guys in the next video. Peace.